Anyway, so I watched a video the other day from a content creator that had 3,000 subscribers. She now has 63,000 subscribers. That's a pretty big, 300. I meant to say 3,000. She did not have 3,000. It was 300. It was an awesome video. Yep. There's a lot of people that watch. And she made a response to it. Like, I've never heard this girl talk before or say anything. I completely agree with everything that she said. Oh, wow. Look at this. She only has... Wow. She only has 300 subscribers. Look at that. Holy shit. Here, let me link you guys your video.
All right. So I was not expecting that. First of all, a huge thanks to Asmongold for somehow finding my video and then reacting to it.
Thanks to my Reddit.
And to everyone who's here now because of that. I'm legitimately like brand new to YouTube, and I genuinely did not expect this video to get really any attention, much less blow up now the way that it has, but here we are. So before all this, it really was just me and my 300 Spartans holding the line in the comments section, and now it appears we've been overrun by roaches, which, by the way, you guys, some of the nicest roaches that I've ever met, seriously, thank you so much for all of the encouragement and support.
I think a lot of people always try to act like my community is like one-dimensional. Like, the fact is that there's a lot of people that watch the streams, and like, honestly, you know, we just want to support people that we agree with, and that was it, right? I mean, shit.
I'm just somebody who grew up loving games and who's been watching the industry slowly start to feel very hollow. And the spark that I fell in love with that made these characters unforgettable or stories emotionally rich, it's missing in a lot of what we're getting now. And it doesn't have to be that way. I really just made this channel to have a place where I unpack that and I talk about games and storytelling and character writing, anime soon, and overall fantasy, just all through the lens of someone who deeply cares about how these worlds are built and how their stories are told. So let's talk about Asmon's reaction. Honestly, it's kind of crazy that I'm even saying that. I discovered his channel at the end of last year, and the fact that he actually somehow saw the first video I've ever made is something that's truly blowing my mind. But yeah, he had a lot of really great things to say, and there were a few things especially that he brought up that I really appreciated.
I think the problem is that I think this is my opinion, is that I think a lot of female writers try to write female characters in opposition to what a female character has traditionally been. What ends up happening is that you're not creating it's like kind of like a card, right? And so like a card like can't stand up by itself. It has to be leaning against another card. So they write this personality to lean up against the old personality of one-dimensional boob characters, and that's it. And so if you take one of these away, they both fall apart.
Essentially here, it seems like he's saying the industry overcorrected, and I thought that was spot on. Because really, overall, the point that I was trying to make with this video is that gamers do not hate female characters. Actually, gamers really love female characters.
People just want good characters that don't feel like they're patronizing to the audience, and they want female characters and not male characters that have female names. That's also a big difference too. It's a huge thing. I do also think that like a big part of it is just the fact that a lot of it is bad writing at a base level. That's really what it is. It's just bad writing. Like Expedition 33 is a great example of this. Is like Mael and Ciel and Luna are all written in a very, very, very good way, and they're attractive characters. They're not overly sexualized, but that's, I think, the way to write a female character. And the reality is that the entire rest of the story was good. Everything was good. But usually when you see characters that are written this way that's one-dimensional, there's a lot of other reasons for it happening too.
And now we're just getting female leads that are very flattened and defeminized. And honestly, it seems like the message they're trying to send is that somehow it's inherently shameful or bad if you are just a feminine woman. And they've really just stripped these characters of everything that once made them so iconic. And I don't think this part was in the reaction video, but like I said in my original video, anytime I get the opportunity to play a game that has a character creator, I make my female character like as ethereal as possible. She's glowing and unattainably beautiful.
Yeah, that's wow, what a surprise. And this has been obviously well documented by multiple people that this is the case. Is that all the women that talk about they want, you know, like these characters to look this way, if you look at the way that they have their Final Fantasy XIV character, they're always very attractive. Like, this is never, like, people say they want something, and then they don't want it. That's it.
Something about her should feel larger than life, especially in a fantasy setting, and I just don't really want to play as someone who's super realistic, just an average looking or tired or worn down character. I have no problem dealing with that completely on my own in everyday life. I don't need it in my game. And he also brought up Ripley from Alien, who is in fact the OG, honestly, because I just don't understand how we can have someone that complex, maternal, beautiful, and strong in a movie that came out over 40 years ago. But somehow in 2025, we're like back to struggling to find that balance.
The reason why is because the people that are writing the stories don't have the depth to be able to tell a story like that. So I think the best example of this is Lord of the Rings. So the reason why Lord of the Rings blew up and it was so popular is because I think that J.R.R. Tolkien wrote Lord of the Rings after he went to World War I. Which, like, World War II was really bad, but World War I was, like, apocalyptic, okay? You had mustard gas, you had cavalry going up against machine guns. This was some straight-up brutal shit. Trench warfare. Yeah, like, and so anyway, like, characters like Samwise is probably the best example of this, is like characters in Lord of the Rings are built off of that experience, right? And so, like, again, I think you can have, like, people that have, I think, tremendous struggles in real life, it can inform them on how to make video games that can communicate struggles like that in game. And I think that with a lot of video games, that does not happen. It does not happen at all. And that's the problem. It's because these people don't have any struggles. They don't have any issues. They don't have any sort of insight into the world. They're just like annoying millennial theater kids that think that they know better than their parents.
Not that we don't have cool female characters. We absolutely do. But the number of women in games who feel truly iconic, like they'll stick in your head for years after you beat the game, that list is just getting really short. Also, I did not expect the Triss slander. Or Triss, who's clever and compassionate. And
an absolute thought who literally got with Geralt after he lost his memories, knowing that her friend that she had known for decades was his girlfriend.
She knew
does
that.
not matter. She's still doing it. The biggest generational hoe. Crazy. Like, I didn't even play the game and I learned about this. That's
hot take, I guess. I actually really like the Triss romance, so
sure, she's nice. It's great, but I mean, she did snake in there, right? I mean, she definitely did, and like that's some roach behavior. She's still a hoe, yeah. I mean, you guys say it's the way it is.
I'm standing by it. Now, to be clear, there are some really amazing female characters out there right now. And I didn't even get to touch on the women in Baldur's Gate 3, like Shadowheart or Bazel. Just very intense, emotional, strong, and just really beautiful, realistic women.
What I find to be funny is that if you want to hear the best stories about women nowadays and female characters, you have to go and play gacha games. Because gacha games, obviously, all of the stories are about female characters because that's what the majority of the people that play video games buy, are, right? Buy those. And so, like, you have a lot of these characters in, like, these gacha games that actually have great stories and they're really well written, but nobody knows about it because people just click through the whole story.
What I love most is that none of them feel one-dimensional. They're allowed to be feminine, beautiful, and powerful.
That's another really good example. Like, I go back to Expedition 33. In a way, it's almost a harem anime, but it's not. Is that Gustav or Verso, right? They're the only real male character there. Like, Monoko is a dog, basically, right? And like, I mean, I'm not going to give any big spoilers, right? But it's like a Nevron. He's like a robot. And Esquier is just like some big fat thing, right? And so like, what is this? And the curator doesn't say or do anything. So it's basically one male character. All of the other characters are female and nobody's complaining. How does this happen? Everybody knows how it happens. Everybody knows why. It's because it's good.
And they're written with complexity, but they're not being defanged to feel safe. They're emotionally rich and visually just very attractive and magnetic. And it proves that it can be done. And it can be wildly successful. We just need more of it. This video wasn't meant to list every single exception that we have. It's more to just highlight the bigger pattern and the way that so many AAA games have lost the confidence to write women with texture and flair and just overall presence.
Well, it's because the characters are attractive too. That's another really big important thing that a lot of characters, a lot of people don't understand. Western developers, especially American developers, nobody wants to cosplay an ugly... Hey! Hey, nobody, you know, people go, they say, hey, you know, you an asshole for saying that, but ain't nobody saying I'm wrong.
Much, Asmon. Thank you for shining a light on little me. And this is honestly all just very surreal, but I'm glad that it's coming from someone whose audience seems to really vibe kind of with what I'm saying. And it seems like for the majority, everyone is kind of agreeing and on the same page. So that's great. But ultimately, the original video was made not because I just wanted to harp on the state of current games, but because I love games. I do. And I love what they're capable of doing when storytelling is done correctly. And when a female character gets the opportunity to be all of the things, bold, weird, funny, beautiful, complicated, and still feel like a genuine and real human being, I just want more of that. Because at the end of the day, I'm just a lifelong fan who wants to feel something again when I pick up my controller. And I think that we all do.
I think that she broke it down in a way that was really healthy and it was intelligent and it was accurate and fair and just really well done and respectful. Yeah, refreshing. Absolutely. There you go, guys. So give it a like, give her a sub. And yeah, let me see here. 386 subscribers.
That's not very many.
That's insane. There's 1,386. All right. And now there's 63,000. No, yeah. I mean, it's my pleasure to support content creators that I think are making content that I think is good. I mean, shit. I mean, I really, I mean, it's a thank you from me. I mean, you make content that I think is good. I can use it, and that's great. Yeah, there's the video right there. I'll link it. And honestly, I feel like there needs to be more voices like this out there that are not toxic or hostile. Like, I'm very much, like, the fact is that I am a very abrasive person. I know that I am a very abrasive person. I'm fully fucking aware of this. But that being said, I think that I toxic, yes, I'm like that. That's just the way it is. But I think also you need to have people out there. 300 Spartans, yeah, here from Asmongold. Yep, there you go. As female Roach, I also want to play sexy female video game, women in video games because I want to be like them. Yeah, of course, right? Obviously. And so I think people appreciate that and they want that. Yeah, and they've wanted that really for years. And so it's really great to see that, and it's great to see more people talking about it in like an honest and direct way that's not patronizing or rude or hostile or anything like that. It's just honest, direct, fair, and good.